video in the Ocean Literacy Principles series. My name is Michelle from the Trinidad Coastal Land Trust, and I'm here to help guide us in building our understanding and appreciation of the ocean's influence on us and our influence on the ocean. So this video is about how Earth has one big ocean with many features. The ocean, which covers 70% of the Earth's surface, is the defining feature of this planet. Sometimes we talk about the ocean as separate, the Pacific Ocean, Atlantic Ocean, Arctic Ocean, but really all of these oceans are connected as one body of water. One major feature of Earth's one big ocean is that they're all connected by a huge circulatory system, otherwise known as currents. So, you know how we have a circulatory system in our bodies? Our heart pumps blood all throughout our bodies so that we can stay alive and run and swim and dance. Well, the ocean has a circulatory system that is powered by wind, the sun, and the moon, and the force of the Earth's rotation. So just like a river has fast-moving currents, the ocean has powerful currents that circulate water throughout all of the oceans on Earth, therefore connecting them as one ocean. These currents move water from one place on Earth to another, transporting lots of different and very important things. So in this video, I'm going to focus on how ocean currents circulate different temperatures of water, nutrients and organisms, and lastly, human-made things like plastic, all around Earth's one big ocean. Ocean currents transport warm water from the equator towards the poles and cold water from the poles back to the equator. Thus, ocean currents regulate local weather and global climate, helping to redistribute heat energy. Without these currents, temperatures would be much more extreme. Super hot at the equator and very cold towards the poles, much more than they already are. And that would mean that much less of Earth would be habitable. This NASA satellite animation shows ocean temperatures around the globe. It also shows how currents drive ocean water from one place on Earth to another, redistributing warm and cool water. Ocean currents also transport nutrients and organisms throughout the oceans. One example of this is a process called upwelling, which happens every spring and summer here in Northern California. When strong winds push surface waters away from the shore, and deep, cold, nutrient-rich waters rise to fill the gap. These nutrients fertilize phytoplankton that live in the sunlit zone at the surface of the ocean, and these phytoplankton are transported by currents all around the globe in Earth's one big ocean and serve as an important food source for young organisms like the larvae and juveniles of sea stars, crabs, fish, and further on up the food chain for marine mammals, seabirds, and tons of other critters. Upwelling is a feature of Earth's one big ocean that circulates important nutrients and organisms all around the globe. We just learned how the ocean has one connected circulatory system that transports essential cool water and warm water and nutrients and organisms all throughout Earth's connected ocean. And now we will discuss how humans come into the equation in a not so good way. Not only are all of Earth's oceans connected, all major waterways, including the 6 rivers of Northern California, drain to the ocean. This means that as water travels through watersheds, it collects nutrients, sediment, and unfortunately pollutants that are all carried to the ocean. Plastic is an especially harmful pollutant because it does not biodegrade and can exist in the ocean forever. This is one very important way that all people in the world have an influence on the ocean. It is also an issue that we all have the power to influence for the better. So I ask you to imagine the journey that pollution like plastic trash, pesticides, and sewage takes to get from its source to streams and rivers and then eventually to the ocean. And then where does it go? And then I ask you to think of ways that you can interrupt that journey. What I do personally is work to share information about marine debris and pollution, and also attempt to push people to care for our one big ocean. I also make sure to never let my trash accidentally blow away. I always dispose of it properly, and I try to use as little plastic as possible, which can be hard. So I ask you, what can you do? What can you do with your family, your classroom, and your greater community? In this video, we have gone over how Earth has one big ocean with many features. Importantly, a circulatory system of currents that transport warm water and cool water, nutrients and organisms, and human-made marine debris and pollution all over our planet.